Okay, this is just a short video about the Lexmoto Arrow 125. It's one of a ever increasing number of Chinese motorcycles imported into this country. It's not one of the better ones. Unfortunately, it's only got a 125 pushrod overhead valve engine in it, but it does have an electric start, and unfortunately it's only got a carburetor as well. It's all very conventional. You've got the fuel tap and what have you. It's a 5-speed manual, chain to the back, etc, etc. One of the biggest problems with it, and why it was so cheap, I mean the £850 off the internet, these things, is that the top speed's only 55 miles an hour. I wasn't too bothered about that because this is not my main bike. I've got a full license. The problem is I've got a bad back, so some days I just need a light bike, and this is to fill that gap. So what have we got? Well, it's got alloy wheels, it's got a disc brake at the front, single disc brake, it's got a halogen headlamp, it's got LED indicators, it's got dual springs in the rear shock absorbers back there, it's got the front here. It's got a speedo that reads in miles an hour, although the odometer actually reads in kilometres. It's got a rev counter, which doesn't work very well, but there you go. It's got a fuel gauge, although it's still also got a reserve on the fuel tank as well. So you've got a double safety net there. Apart from that, very conventional. It does actually have a remote choke, which is quite a handy feature to have. Obviously I haven't done that many miles on it at the moment, which is why it still looks like new. I am a realist. I do understand, I do appreciate that corrosion is going to be a major problem with this. Especially I've noticed these exhaust pipes rust very, very quickly. I honestly think the black exhaust pipe is perhaps an economy too far, but there you go. But the rest of it looks relatively well made. I mean, the paint's good, the engine's fine, runs fine. Like I say, the only problem really is a little bit limited top speed on it. This is obviously the bike at 4 months old, so I'll update this video as the time and the mileage goes on, and just to see how time and wear and tear takes its toll on the little thing. However, as soon as I got the wheel out, I thought I'd basically have a look to see what's underneath the seat and the tank, and just to check over to see if anything's loose on this thing. But it does look like everything's still, everything's still secure, it's still tight. There's a mystery vibration, which I thought was underneath the seat, which partly drove why it's in bits, and we think we've found out what it is, because if we look at the tank, okay, we can see that along the edge where the seat is, there's basically, it's down to the metal, and then when we look at the seat, we can see that there's all these nasty staples, and what it looks like has been happening is that these staples, with the vibration of the bike, have been eating their way through the tank. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of rubber in between, and hopefully that'll stop my mystery vibration.
You actually see the paint on that staple there.
Oh yes, you can. Yeah. So not clever, but hopefully fixable as well while it's in bits to actually WD-40 all this metal work under here to try to protect it.
Jimmy, no. Exhaust looking brand new.
I thought it might have had a bit of rust in it, like, because this shed's not the best. So we're still recording now?
Yep.
Fuel on. Fuel on. Choke on. Ignition on. Bit of revs. Well, here it goes. Ready? I tried making a video of this earlier about the gear indicator, but it didn't show it properly. Because of the sunlight. There's 1, 2, 3. It works like that.
And of course,
And then it goes back to neutral. So that's actually quite a useful feature, that gear indicator, because the engine's got so little power that if you're in the wrong gear, you'll never know about it. So there we go. Side lights, main beam, high beam.